Your old buddy Erik Ten Hag, who will be continuing as manager of Manchester United, appeared on NOS. NOS is the Dutch state broadcaster.
Yes.
He said club officials showed up without warning in his hotel or his holiday home in Ibiza, wherever he was on vacation, to tell him the job was still his.
Yeah, that's right. I mean,
do you really think they just show up without warning?
No. He also said that they told him that they spoke to Tuchel. He said that hurts. And I can't do the impression like you can. You're very good at it. I'm not. But he also said they told him that, yes, we spoke to Tuchel, but we have the best manager in you. I mean, come on. I refuse to think they told him that. It's not possible they told him, you're the best. We have the best right now after trying to get rid of him to get somebody else. Hence why they spoke to him.
This is his version of events. Again, I don't think he's a bad person. It's not. No. I just think he probably needs some help communicating because this doesn't make any sense. He also said that they were going to extend his contract. And he says, but it won't be easy.
Yeah.
Like why?
He should literally saying yeah, please, anything.
Unless he says it's not going to be easy because A, it's a negotiating ploy, or B, they do take his final say away on players. Yeah. Which obviously the club want to do.
Yeah, and he probably doesn't want to let go. That's true. And United have also been linked, Gab, with two centre-backs in Matthijs de Ligt and Jared Branthwaite. Do you like those two options?
I like them. I think they're obviously very different profiles. De Ligt, he's 25 now. He's gonna cost you an absolute mint because he's on a big salary from Bayern. I think even with a couple years left, even with other players coming in at Bayern, I think they're gonna demand a lot of money. Branthwaite won't be cheap either, although Everton in a really bad financial situation, and obviously Branthwaite a lot less proven. As a partner for Lisandro Martinez, I would go Branthwaite again. Yeah. Prices and numbers being equal. There's no question though that this is a position that you need to strengthen. Yeah. France kick off their campaign in a few hours against Austria. Jules, you'll be there, but in the meantime, what do you make of Marcus Thuram and Kylian Mbappe talking elections?
Well, I was really impressed, especially by Marcus Thuram. Kylian did his job as a captain, didn't want to get too involved or committed, but still enough to back up his mate and the team, etc. But didn't call out, for example, the far right, the French far right, the Rassemblement National, like Thuram did by saying we have to stop them. The situation is so bad, so serious now. I love that from Marcus, considering who his dad is. It was inevitable that would happen. But also the fact that the elections have invited themselves in these Euros for France, in these preparations, because we were always going to ask the players about are you going to vote, who are you going to vote for, those kind of questions, because the snap elections are so close to the Euros and at the same time as well. So it's inevitable. Mbappe was quite strong yesterday when he said the priority is not the football. Right now the priority is what's happening back home in terms of elections. We can't let the extreme win. So it's really interesting. Is that a distraction? Probably, and something Deschamps would not have wanted to.
It's an interesting contrast with England, of course, who also have elections around the same time. I don't think I've heard anybody ask any England player who they're voting for, what they think, or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. Khvicha Kvaratskhelia dad and agent made it very clear, Gab, that the Napoli star, whose Georgia side faced Turkey on Tuesday here in Germany, wants to move on. He wants to leave Napoli. Antonio Conte, the new Napoli manager, won't like this.
No, and by the way, the dad and agent are two different people, just for the avoidance of doubt. So he was quoted in a Georgian newspaper called Sporti Medi. He says, "I don't want people to think that Kvara wants to stay in Naples. We want to leave. We're just waiting for the end of the Euros so that we don't disturb Khvicha." Yeah. Because of course, you coming out and announcing this, whatever. The priority is for us to move on to a team that plays in the Champions League. Jules, I find this, obviously, you're in a situation. He's still on that tiny contract.
Yeah.
He signed on for a long, long time. He's got every right to go and seek a new deal.
Yeah.
But this just seems really, really crass to come out and do it in this way, right?
Yeah, and he said, he's had 4 managers in a year. Okay, but now Conte is here. You would think that Conte is better than the 4 managers that Kvaratskhelia played for last season. Certainly, really. So this whole argument of the instability is a problem. Yes, there's no Champions League. It's not.
It's pretty good.
And I want him though.
No, so I like if he moves on. It's good fee for Napoli. Germany made headlines when they introduced pink, or rather, as it's called, it's semi-lucid fuchsia away jerseys.
Yeah.
Adidas says they have far outsold other Germany away jerseys in the past. What kind of a loser weirdo gets a Germany away jersey?
Well, if you like the color, if you like the shape, the color, no?
If you're German, I suppose it's okay. If you're not, it's, I don't know, concerning. But anyway, Adidas say, so Jules, Adidas are really big on this. Yeah. You're more into this stuff than I am.
Yes.
Do you like it?
I do.
Should we, because we have to link everything to Lionel Messi, should we actually credit Lionel Messi for this and the Inter Miami picture?
Maybe, or maybe Palermo from the past.
The pink and black attack?
Or maybe the Juventus pink shirt that they had at some point as well.
In the 1930s when nobody remembers, yeah.
But still, it's been done before. Listen, now some of those shirts are lifestyle piece of clothing, right? They're more than just football shirt. You wear them in the street, you wear them everywhere, not just when you play football with your mates or when you train or when you... So I can see the success of it. To be fair, I haven't seen many here while we've been here. So
there were a bunch of the Germany game. I don't know if we're going to get to see them because I don't know if they're going to play there with their away jerseys. I mean, they might. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. An update on Fabian Hürzeler, who has been confirmed officially as the new Brighton boss, Gab. It's not just the fact that he's 31 and the youngest ever Premier League manager, of course, in history. It's also that you've looked at his disciplinary record.
Yeah, he's talked about it, and he kind of laughs and says, ha, I have anger management issues. I haven't checked to see if these numbers are real because he used to play for something, and this is true. I'm not making up the name of this team.
Is it really true? What's
Pippin, the name? This whole thing seems made up. He played for a team named Pippins Reed. I mean, what kind of weirdo's name? Like, what town should we live in? Yes, let's call it Pippins Reed. It just sounds all wrong.
What level is Pippin's Reed in?
I don't know. I think it's the fourth tier of German football. Okay. Anyway, he was player-coach there.
Right.
And in 91 games, he got 46 yellows and 6 red cards.
Wow, that's a lot.
And apparently, it's because he argues. It's not so much that he's like dirty.
Yeah.
He was dirty. So yeah, as a coach, that's not really what you want.
It'd be interesting. Yeah.
You know what? He's obviously a very smart guy, so I can only assume that he's laughed it off. It's maybe part of his he's come to terms with it. He says, I recognize that's his problem. Now, as a coach, I'm not like that. I don't know what his disciplinary record was at St. Pauli, but yeah, 46 yellows and 6 reds. That's some Robert Andrich stuff.
Yes,
yeah? That's hard to do. Jules, we're not done. We got more quick hits.
Yes.
A late Val Weghorst goal allows Holland to come from behind and beat Poland 2-1. Jules, will you credit the Dutch guy, a.k.a. Ronald Koeman, for his inspired substitutions?
Inspired you 1-1. What are you going to do? You're going to bring Weghorst on. He's your super sub. He scored 7 of his last 9 goals for Holland, for the Netherlands, off the bench.
You didn't just bring him on. He brought Frimpong on.
Yeah. Not that he had a similar impact. The goal still comes from a deflected cross by Nathan Ake. So you had a deflected goal, the first one, and the second goal that comes from a deflected cross by Ake. But I thought they played well, to be honest. They created chances. Memphis should have scored. I know he's our boy, but he needs to sort out those feet in front of goal.
What about, I don't know, I look at this and I see the midfield and it's Vermeer.
Yes, young.
And Ryan, young. It's like, why don't Schouten? Do I need to see this guy? I don't.
No, but you've lost Coop Miners, you've lost the Roon, you've lost the Young. You know, it's not like...
It's true. I guess we give him a pass for now. Right?
Yeah, and Xavi Simons on the right, again. I'm not so sure.
Well, where do you want to put him?
That's the thing. Yeah, but if you don't play him on the left, where he's his best position, if you want Gakpo there, if you prefer Gakpo, because you're a Dutch guy, you would prefer Gakpo than Xavi Simons. Not us, but him, yes.
You're the Dutch guy, not a Dutch guy. Most Dutch people, no doubt, would prefer Xavi Simons.
I'm sure, too. Italy go down after just 23 seconds, the quickest goal in Euros history. But they come back, Gab, and they beat Albania 2-1. Spalletti says they need to be more ruthless.
Yeah, because they created a ton of chances, but... They played really, really, really well.
Especially the first half, yeah.
Yeah, but that's what matters to me. Yeah. I don't care. After the game, whatever, you're going to manage out the game, right? But to basically spot the opposition a goal in the way they did and to go and to come back so convincingly to get right back into the game at 2-1. Again, they should have scored maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe even more. And then in the second half, obviously, there's going to be decline because Chiesa gets tired and has to come off and whatever else. And Albania had a chance at the end, Ray Minaj. Frankly, probably maybe the only mistake that I thought Calafiori, who was wonderful in that game. Yeah. By the way, since
you like your left-footed two
center
left footies
backs, right?
together. Yeah,
I know.
it's fair enough.
How about
to
that?
Be mentioned. Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
And I thought Barella was man of the match. A huge performance. And, brave all around. I saw from him. I thought this bodes well. Cautious optimism.
Start. Exactly.
Always a fun ride at Bourussia Dortmund, Jules. Edin Terzić is out and Nuri Sahin is in. Please help explain for those who might not understand how the losing Champions League finalist coach gets axed so quickly. Should we blame Thibaut Courtois?
Well, we could. Also maybe look at what they did in the Bundesliga and the fact that they finished 5th with a very average season for a team like them.
After finishing 2nd the year before, losing Jude Bellingham in the summer. But none of this matters.
No, but they finished 2nd. They should have finished 1st and they should have won the title. And they bottled it. And he was partly to blame already for that. And then I guess you judge maybe more a season over the whole length of the season, not just a Champions League campaign as good as it was until the final. I'm not sure. Maybe they felt that it was the right time to start something new and a new chapter. I'm not sure if Nuri Sahin, by the way, is the answer either,
Well, he came in, didn't he? Like him and Sven Bender, one of the Bender brothers. There's 2 Bender brothers. The other Bender brothers is Lars Bender. They're both useful Benders. I don't know Nuri Sahin, the former Antalya Sport coach. They got this whole boot room thing now going on with other players in sort of front office positions. Hey, good for you. Look, I don't think Terzić was great. I'm not surprised that he's gone. But I don't think they need to pin the blame entirely on him because this is a really poorly put together team.
Yeah, that's true. And speaking of Dortmund, Gab, Mats Hummels is also gone, which maybe is not surprised considering how close he was to Edin Terzić.
Well, not close, not in a good way.
Well, no, but he won't be offered a new deal. He was out of contract and they're not going to renew it. So he wasn't a big Terzić fan either, as you said, but that didn't help.
No, I think the club was shocked by what he said, obviously in the run-up to the Champions League final. And I think, look, he was obviously in the anti-Terzić camp. But
I mean, close as in back-to-back announcement for both of them to leave.
Yeah.
I mean, not close.
I think, though, from the club's perspective, veteran player here who could speak out.
Yeah.
Not what we want, right? And so maybe that's their thinking. He's been linked with a move to Saudi, obviously. I don't think he's going there. I want to see him somewhere else in Europe. And I think he can help.
Yeah,
I think
I
many
agree
clubs
with you.
can help.
I agree.